Your Radical Living Challenge is your wake up call to defy societal expectations and create a life that genuinely excites you. Here to tell us all about it is the creator and author of Your Radical Living Challenge, Marnie Batista. Thank you for joining us.
Hi.
First, tell us, what was that pivotal moment that inspired your journey to transformational coaching?
Well, it was a ski accident, actually almost a year ago, 5 years ago today, that changed everything. I was flying down the double black diamond, completely out of control. And when I crashed, I couldn't move. And so as I was laying there, like staring up at the sky, it kind of hit me. I've been living my whole life like that, like racing towards success, achieving, checking all the boxes, but never really stopping to ask myself if this was even the life that I wanted. And that moment led me to a process of asking deeper, more radical questions, the 7 that are in my book, that helped me really reinvent my life and now help others to do the same.
And how can people break free from those societal expectations? There's so many of them, and create a life that they genuinely enjoy.
Well, the first step is really to recognize that the shoulds, like the rules that we're living by in our life, are often inherited. They're not things that we've chosen. And we follow that path and those rules because we're sort of told that they will lead to success, which will lead to happiness. And they don't stop and ask, do I want that? So in my book, I really show people how to dismantle these invisible scripts and replace them with choices that align with their real authentic desires. Because the secret to freedom isn't like doing more or achieving more. It's really stripping away everything that was never yours to begin with.
And this is more than just mind over matter. There's neuroscience that actually backs this up. So tell us about some of those neuroscience-backed techniques that can help people not just conquer fear, but also build confidence as they do so.
So I like to flip the script. So first of all, fear isn't the enemy. It's actually just data. So neuroscience shows us that fear and excitement light up the same part of the brain. The difference is the story that we tell ourselves about that emotion. So when we reframe fear as a signal, not like a stop sign, we can use it to our advantage. So in my book, I teach so many different methods where you actually take that worry, anxious, fear, nervous energy, and you actually turn it into fuel for action. Because the truth is, confidence isn't built by waiting until you're fearless. It's actually built by taking action when you're scared. So you want to lean into that and modify the story you're telling yourself about your fear.
And speaking of the story, in your book, you describe soul mapping. Tell us what that is and how it defines, or redefines rather, our understanding of success.
So soul mapping is like a GPS for your life. It actually helps you overcome fear, being indecisive, and it helps you determine where you actually want to go instead of following someone else's prescribed map. So most people are chasing success like the ladder up to nowhere. But real fulfillment isn't about climbing a ladder. It's about going deeper. So once you actually identify your soul map, it helps you uncover and direct you into what truly lights you up so you can design a life that really feels right for you. These are about reclaiming parts of yourself, discovering pieces of you that you left behind, and then making sure you're expressing that in your life so that every day feels like a vacation, even when you're working.
And going back to the title, Your Radical Life Challenge, what is one of those radical questions that you ask to help find fulfillment?
So one of these is, what would the younger version of you be disappointed that you gave up on? This question usually stops people in their tracks because at some point in our life, we all had dreams before life convinced us to be realistic. Maybe it was a passion, a career, a way of living that maybe felt free and exciting. And then somewhere along the way, someone tells us, or we don't believe we're capable, and we let it go. And the good news is, once you discover this, you can actually reclaim and get those parts of you back. My book actually walks you through exactly how to rediscover that part of yourself and integrate it into your life right now without being reckless or having to turn everything upside down in your life.
And lastly, how could someone make intentional changes without losing that stability that they crave or they're used to in their life?
Well, one of the things I love about my approach is that it's based on the design thinking model at Stanford University in which products are developed. So the product that we're going to create is your dream life, and the user of that product is you. So you don't have to burn everything down to create a new product. You actually start with small aligned shifts and experiments. I teach this framework in the book, and it helps you take these baby steps so that you don't create chaos in your life. And in the journey of going through the process, actually, you're not flipping a switch, you're like turning a dial and amplifying your joy, your excitement. And those experiments, prototypes that you do give you feedback, and then you can adjust and move forward. And so actually the journey becomes as exciting as the destination. So it's not like you just wake up one day, it's that you're already living a life step by step that you've dreamed of.
Well, thank you, Marnie, for challenging us to defy those societal expectations and again, create a life that we genuinely are excited about. And we challenge you to try your Radical Living Challenge. Just get Marnie Batista's book at radicallivingchallenge.com to start now.